in New Orleans.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the Latinos, we had a 200 home Latino village where I lived.
Wow.
In Algiers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the Colombians and the Salvadorians associated with each other very closely and provided security for the village. Our leader was a Hondureño called Don Humberto Guardiola. He was the great-grandson of the first president of Honduras.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
So we cherished that man. We cut his grass, we trimmed his hedges, okay, whatever he needed.
That's phenomenal.
And we were glad to do it just to be around him and hear his stories.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's skip.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that. Okay, let's see. Number 6. What were some of the key moments in the civil rights movement or afterwards that stood out to you?
First of all, there's no such thing as civil rights. As a person of 78 years, I know that the civil rights, quote Civil Rights Amendment, was just an enactment of the Emancipation Proclamation.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Into practical law. So, that whole phenomenon, not having to get off the sidewalk, that's why I don't care much about going to windows to pick up my food today. Because in the good old days, a black man could not go into a restaurant and order food. You had to order your food and pick it up, order your food at a little window by the kitchen, then pick it up at that window.
Like today's time, what they call a carryout.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So I'm not too fond of picking up food at a window.
Because of its origin. Yes, sir.
So, like I said, these kids who just came upon the planet, they use a lot of words, take a lot of attitudes, because they just got onto the planet. They don't know anything about what it was like in the good old days.
Yes, sir.
But take my word for it, for people of color in the world,
Yes, sir.
there were no what?
Civil rights?
Good old days.
Oh, good old days. Okay, yes, sir.
Okay? We didn't live the dream. We lived the nightmare. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And so, between 65 and 75, the Emancipation Proclamation was readopted, calling it the Civil Rights Amendment. And some Christian white people made sure that we started getting our legal accommodations.
Yes, sir.
Okay, because had not been for them and the people they represented, which is really, honestly, the majority of white people. Okay?
Yes, sir.
They're the majority of white people. I call them in my book the sleeping giant. They don't wake up and become aroused until their redneck prejudiced brothers do something heinous like January 6th.
Yes, sir.
Then they wake up.
Sir, so what is the title of your book, if I may ask?
Who in your world are you? An introduction to characterology.
Okay. I'm gonna have to find it. So is it on?
It's on
Amazon or what?
Amazon.
Yes, sir.
Wherever books are sold.
Yes, sir.
Now it's not very popular because truth is never
Speaker of Truth has no friends.
has no friends.
I'm glad that you enlightened us on that book. I would love to. I'm gonna have to get a copy
Read
myself.
it and how old are you?
I'm 39.
Okay. You're in the on the end, you're below the cusp, or at the end of your male menopause.
Okay.
Be sure to read that chapter I wrote on male menopause.
Yes, sir.
The book is not a connected flow. It's individual disconnected chapters that lead to a personal development thing, and it allows you to find yourself.
Okay.
You'll find that between the late 20s and the mid 30s, that's where most men get divorced.
Is that because of a full development of...
No, because they're in male menopause.
Okay. So male menopause phase of the life.
Right, and women, American women, have been brainwashed by white women who hold on to their man regardless,
Yes, sir.
okay? Even the famous ones, like Ivanka Trump and all them women,
Yes, sir.
they don't let them boys go. But they'll tell our women, he's cheating on you, okay?
Yes, sir.
They don't care if he's going through male menopause or Santa Claus or whatever. They're going to keep their man, right?
Yes, sir.
And our women, just like with marijuana, heroin, black people still don't know how to make heroin. I can tell you I'm not doing that.
Yes, sir.
They don't know how to make cocaine. These are things that white people bring to us. Okay?
Yes, sir.
There's a part of the movie The Godfather when it came to weed in the United States, where the Godfather says, let's give it to the Negroes. The Mexican community, I don't know what they do now, but if it was a weed-infested barrio where the people were useless, sleeping in holes in the side of hills with a rag over it and all that, they would send out a death squad and exterminate that. Okay? To this day, I don't think Mexicans smoke the weed that they import to America. And I know they don't snort or smoke the coke in the form of crack, because it's not tolerated in Mexico, because it makes your brain dead. But more than that, weed makes your babies brain dead and wild. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So, but we're just loaded up on it.
Chemical dependency.
Yeah. And the other drug is what?
What,
That little
alcohol?
scoop. No.
Yeah, I think everybody's as far as the technology, everybody's producing dopamine from the excitement.
Look up more than that, though.
Yes, sir.
Back in the 60s, there was a big to-do about subliminal suggestion, where you could watch a video about one thing, and there'd be a message coded underneath it
Yes, sir.
that went directly to your subconscious mind.
Yes, sir.
And that's called subliminal information,
Yes, sir.
okay? But now, our kids are saturated with video, and no doubt saturated with subliminal suggestion
Yes, sir.
on products to buy and eat and how they should live.
I agree.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So there you are.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna have to let you all go, I guess, because of your time.
Okay, let's see. Is there any other question that we have remaining that you would like to ask? I definitely want to ask number 9, but is there anything else that we did not get a chance to cover that you would like to, for sake of the time constraint?
Well, and you heard this here first.
Yes, sir.
Mexico is going to finish building the wall in about 10 to 15 years to keep Americans out of Mexico. The cartels are going to become legitimate business people, building cities with infrastructure, running water, police forces. They're going to put those automatic rifles down. They're not going to be selling us, selling America, not us, because I don't use it, drugs and all that. So I don't know if it's the gringos, are going to try to get out of America, which is rotting from the inside, and they're going to want to move to Mexico because Mexico is still lush and unraped. And that's going to be about, you heard it here first, about 10, 15 years.
Yes, sir.
So the Mexican government is going to finish the wall for Trump, that Trump started,
Yes, sir.
to keep Americans out of Mexico.
Wow.
That's why I tell these young Mexican Americans, hold on to your language, hold on to your culture,
Your culture, yes, sir.
and take nothing that great white people gift you with, because it's not good for you.
Yes, sir.
Everything that white people have that's good for a person, they keep.
Yes, sir.
Like how to build stock markets, how to build automobiles, how to build great weapons. Cartels don't build weapons. They buy all that from Americans and Germans.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
So that's going to stop. They're going to lay them weapons down and start building modern. They have the resources,
Yes, sir.
modern up-to-date cities, and if you're not a person of color, you may not be able to get into Mexico.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I want to thank you guys for visiting with me.
I wanted to ask one more question, but I'll wait till the PA system sounds.